Hey guys, here I am doing my approximate 4-week update on my 10-gallon F-Zone all-in-one little Nano Reef. So I'm going to turn around and just show you how the tank is doing and talk a little bit about the progress. So here we go. Okay, so I have one of those little filters for my camera, so even though the blue lights are on, it doesn't just look so horrible. So as you can see, I have some corals in the tank. My lights just turned on about 30 minutes ago, so they're still ramping up to full intensity. We'll go through and just show you here my conch, which is always out, always cleaning. Just does an amazing job. Got my pipe organ coral, which is a lot of these ones coming out here around the base are all new, so there's some new growth there. Definitely has some new growth on some of my zoas. This green mushroom has never ever done good since the day I got it. I think it's just kind of slowly dying. It just never made it. But these zoas are all doing quite well. That Kenya tree, of course, you couldn't kill that if you tried. My firework clove polyps, some mushrooms, a leather, some more zoas. And got my little clown. So as some of you know, I did have 2 clowns and then they fought really hard. So I got rid of one and then I was going to repair this with another one. But I got some really bad news. If you look at the tail of that fish, yep, there you go. The world famous ick, most likely. It could be a fungus infection. He's had it now for about 2 to 3 weeks and it really hasn't gotten any worse. But it also hasn't gotten any better. So I am now part of the club of I will be dealing with ick for the rest of my life. My plan actually probably, Shane at my local fish store, Quality Saltwater Fish and Corals, is super awesome. He's got a quarantine tank. He is going to take this guy back. I'm probably going to bring him back in and let him nurse him back to health. But unfortunately, let's see if we can see him. My clown, my little watchman goby, I will never get him out of my tank. I'm not going to tear my whole tank apart trying to get to him. So unfortunately, even if he doesn't come down with ick, I'm not going to be able to have fish out of my tank for 8 weeks and get rid of the ick. So I'll probably just about always have ick in this tank unless this poor guy ends up getting it and then kicks the bucket, and then I can go fishless for a long enough period of time to try it again. Now, the good news is, for me, this really isn't a fish tank. I actually plan on starting, hopefully, a sister tank to this one that is going to be mainly a macroalgae tank, and hopefully I can try again with some fish in that tank. This tank, I really did want to just keep, a mini reef, and I want to let these corals just grow. So I'm actually not too concerned about having fish in this tank. But anyways, just part of the struggles there. If you guys have any ideas or struggles of your own with ick, kind of a bummer. And once again, I'm not exactly sure that's what it is, but it most likely is. So I got my Higer Mini Wave Maker. I'll be honest, it's a little strong for the small tank with the little juvenile clown. So what I do is I normally just turn it on. I don't leave it on all the time. I turn it on just periodically to just really stir stuff up in the tank. And it just kind of helps get to the dead spots and stuff in the tank. My Hyper Reef 50 light is working great. Absolutely no complaints. I think that's awesome. I've got my DYI, what am I trying to say here? Lid that I've had several versions of, but finally I got this super small mesh. So that's awesome. So do it yourself there, DIY. And I have my Mag Tool DSQ70 skimmer, which is working great. It still pulls a little bit of liquid. It's not super, super thick, but really that's just because I don't have a bio load in this tank to speak of. So I think it's working great. So there you have it. There is the approximate 1 month update. So far, so good with the corals in particular. There's no way you're going to see it, but on my glass, let's see, yeah, there's no way. I have tons of copepods running around on my glass, so they have been multiplying well. But all in all, here we go, the 1 month update on my Nano Reef build.